Well, that's as far as I got, and I tried to print one, and that didn't print the rivets, and I'm not sure why. So I need to go figure that out. I might have to do a small piece and get the process done right. But they are the buttons, rivet tops are attached to that plate. I move the plate as a body, and they move with it. And so when I tell it to print, it should print all those little dots, unless they're too small. I don't know, but I'm not sure. But I've got everything fitting in there. This thing is on me to make it look better, but don't worry, everything does fit. I've got all of the pieces in there that I need to hold the either holes to screw things to, or the brackets to hold the digital components. And I have all the access that I need underneath for the wiring that's going to be moving about, and the attachment to the bottom. You can see there, boom. Oh, and there's the slot. You can see that slot quite readily at the rear end, way over there. It's where the air will flow out. The fan bolts to that piece. Plenty of room. I've done some test fitting, and I've got it pretty much assembled with the one side that I do have. So you'll see, I put the old speaker back in just because I had it and I knew it fit. I'm printing right now the bracket here for the soundboard and the buck boost board, and the blue wire here is not used. I have a connector right here for this. I can tuck it down in there. It needs to be taped down or stay down. Everything is wired for power. There's the input from the chuff sound sensor, and this is the speaker. The soundboard bolts onto the backside of this bracket that I'm now printing, and I have another soundboard, so I'll be able to set that up, set this up, adjust all the voltages, and then fire it up. And I finished all the work on the dark side. I need to print a new one of these. The magnet is running a little high on this one. Oh, look at that, fell out already. Oh yeah, that's right. It's running high. I have set it deeper on a new one, so I'm going to print the new one, and it'll be in black, and I'll set that magnet deeper, and then we won't have that problem. And all the wiring under here is tidied up. It's all calibrated right to left, left to right, whatever. And I got the suspension working. I should have all the pickups working. So this will work identical to the one that I already have, except it's going to be all these parts are going to be fitted and calibrated and designed for the assembly. Then what I or somebody will do is, when we have the lid and everything else on here, we'll glue the seams where they slide together, so it'll be one fixed piece. And then when you take it off at these four corners, you unbolt that screw, and then you would lift it off, and it would look similar to this, but it won't be exactly. But it'll have this shape. And as you can see, the shape is pretty tight, pretty close to what we would have. I don't know if you can set that up. That black just doesn't give you any perspective, does it? But it's this exact width and the exact length of the model that Leon did for us. And then the only odd thing here is I have this bump out here for the fan exhaust, and I could almost move the fan in and make that a flat plate, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see how it works as far as the performance of the fan and keeping everything cool, because this baby can get warm. I found that, and it runs warm. It's okay. Sometimes it can run warm, but for me, it's like, put a radiator on it or something. So I'll see if this fan can help, and we'll go from there. That's the power supply for the fan. It's sort of an afterthought. You can see the wiring's not really very neat, but it can be, and it will get neater as we go along. We get more iterations, we'll know how to fit things in. Okay, so that's it. I'm printing the final bracket that I need, and that'll be done later tonight. And then tomorrow I should have the time to do the final assembly, fire it up, see if it smokes or not, and I'll run the old engine with it and all that, and then we can make some kind of a declaration, I suppose. The rivets I'll figure something out. I'm not. That's not a showstopper for me. As long as everything functions and the chuff sound is smooth and all the other pieces work, then I'm happy with that. So we'll go from there. All right, gang. Take care. Later.
A blatant act of criminality. I think that's fairly clear.
If I were going into a phone call with a criminal, I would record it too. And there's one other thing too. I mean, we forget about the one other call, the one that almost happened. Remember Governor Doug Ducey, when he was signing the electoral certificates, he's sitting there, the press is there, they're taking the pictures and blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, his phone rings in his pocket. It's hail to the chief. Dun, 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 dun. So he takes his phone out of his pocket and puts it down and turns it off. I mean, Trump is so true. It's completely insane. And one thing about the state laws, I mean, you know, here it's I think the one wrinkle in this particular case, I think if I were the defense lawyers here for Romney, McDaniel, and Donald Trump and whoever, the thing they got going for them